Okay, hi. I'm doing a makeup tutorial because I don't know. I'm just doing a makeup tutorial and I don't know. I never posted on YouTube before, but today's my day, okay? So today, if you want to see how I do my makeup, or if you want to see like a makeup tutorial, this is for you. But my little thing is like kind of weird. I'm filming on my phone, but we're gonna do a makeup tutorial. Okay, so first I start off, don't mind the top, but I start off with this foundation. It's the NYX Professional Makeup Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I only put a little, so I don't think it's full coverage when I use it, but okay, full coverage foundation. I think that's in French, and the shade is, I don't know, it doesn't say the shade, but this shade is kind of like darker than me, like it's like, because I'm like, I don't know what color I am, I'm just, anyways. So yeah, so first I like to put it right here, right there, and on my nose, and right on my forehead. Okay, after I do that, hold on. Okay, so now that the foundation, this is my foundation placement. Now that the foundation is on your face, I used to use brushes, but I used a beauty blender. So this is my beauty blender I use. So it was new, but then I started using it a lot, and I wet it just a little bit. So wet your beauty blender just a little bit, okay? Okay, so now that your beauty blender is a little damp, I take my beauty blender and I just blend it all over my face. So, and I have red undertones, like just putting this out there, like, I have red undertones. So it kind of just evens out the redness in my face. Oh my gosh, I got to my edges. That's like the worst thing. All right, so now that it's blended out on your face evenly, all right, so it should look like this. Just blend it easily on your face, okay? No, I have a big forehead, but it should be blended easily. Okay, so after this, I use the Fenty, if I can see it, the Fenty Beauty Contour Stick. I honestly don't, I mean, the shade is Ebony, and yeah, that's the shade. And yeah, it's just a contour stick that's been through a lot. It used to roll up, but it doesn't roll up anymore because I do use it a lot. And I just take a regular, like, I don't know what brush it's called, but I just take like a fluffy brush and I just go ham and I just start wiggling it in there. So do that. Honestly, is this foundation full coverage? Because it doesn't give. All around my face right here. All right there. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? And put it on my cheekbones. And we can just make it blend. Right there. No, there it is. She's a little bit. And we have this big okay. All right. This is just to like make your face appear more. I don't think it makes like any illusion for real when I put contour on, but it does on my nose though. It does, but it does like, it like gives you like a warmer look like in your face. It probably does closes your face up. I really don't know. I'm not really like a pro at contour. I just started contouring my face. Usually I just contour my nose, but I just started contouring my full face. So okay, I'm sorry if this looks weird. I'm filming on my phone. But alright. So you want to take your contour and you just want to basically bring out your cheekbone. Alright. Okay, so once you have your contour blend out, this is how it should look. Okay, so now that your contour is blended out, what you're gonna need to do is do your nose contour. So I use this brush, this type of brush. It's kind of like an eyebrow brush, but like I use it for multiple things. So like that's why I need to buy more brushes, but I haven't got around to that. So you just take a little bit on your brush and you contour your nose like so. Then I like my nose a little buttony, so this is how I do it. So I do my nose contour like this. So it's like that, it's like that, and then you can blend out the sides, you can add more to the sides. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you're gonna cover that up with concealer. And I'll show you how I'll do that. So I like to do a little line right there. So I do a little line right there, and then I do a line on the bottom. Then you just kind of, you can literally just like low-key just do that and blend it. All right, you don't need to blend it all the way, but like you can blend it. Okay, so now that your nose is looking like somewhat like this, kind of crazy, I know. Okay, yeah, so use your favorite concealer. So now what you want to do, this is the concealer I use, the Pro concealer, and it's in the shade Toffee. So get Toffee, girl. And this is my placement. Usually I'll use a brush, but since it has a brush on here, I mean, like, people say it's not like healthy to be using your like the brush that's on here, but low-key, and they say it's dirty and low-key, I could believe that, like literally, but I'm only using this. So what you want to do is you want to put your concealer along the sides of your nose. You want to drag that concealer all the way right here. So make sure it's following the nose. And yeah, you want to drag it out. And yeah, make sure your concealer is dragged out from right here. So this is how it's looking, like that. Good, good, good. Just do this. Just do what I'm telling you to do, if you want. Again, this is my face. I don't know if it's other people's faces. I have a slim face and I'm trying to gain face fat. So if anyone has tips that actually work, tell me, please. But okay. So you think you're done with the concealer? No, you're not done with the concealer. You're gonna use a little. You can use the excess, or you're gonna use a little bit of the concealer. This is too much. And usually when I use too much concealer, I just put it right back in the top. And then I use it like in a few minutes, like this. Okay, so you want to just use the tiniest bit of concealer on that nose and put it on that nose bridge, girl, up pop. All right, so now that your concealer is on your nose, like this, you just, you know, trace it out. Now that it's on your nose, now, what's it called? You blend it out with a beauty blender. This is a tinier one that I use. So yeah, and low-key you can wet it. Low-key wetting it does help. So yeah, wet your beauty blender, girly. Wet your beauty blender. And what you're gonna do, I'm gonna explain it. So you want to blend it out, right? Blend it into the nose contour so you can get rid of those harsh lines. Not gonna lie, I used to love harsh lines my freshman year. I used to love harsh. I did not care. I used to love heavy makeup. Look at my makeup. It's still heavy now, but I used to do, like, I was in a phase where I did, like, literally I never set my face, and that was not a long time ago at all. Like, literally at all. So you want to drag the rest of your concealer. The rest of your concealer that you have right here, you want to drag it down under your, you know, your upper lip. Yeah. So you want to drag it under your upper lip. And you're gonna make weird faces when you're blending out your concealer. So just beware, okay? Make sure you get them cheeks, because my cheeks do be a little pink and they be peeking through the makeup, and we do not want that. All right, so yeah. Okay, low-key, I was using my bigger brush to do this, and low-key, you can still use your bigger brush. You want to take, no, because actually, no. I said brush, I mean, so you want to turn this sideways, and you want to blend. You just want to blend. And you want to turn this, and you just want to let it go up, and then you just blend this out. This is how your nose contour should look. Oh, this is how your nose contour should look. Okay. Okay, blend that on the bottom. I forgot about that, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So this is how your makeup should look, okay? And then you go in, and if you like harsher lines, you can leave it like this, or you could go in, and if you like harsher lines, you can do that and do this. You just like make your stuff more seeable, you know? So yeah. All right, so I'll be back. I'll do that and I'll be back. Okay, so now that your stuff, your base is kind of blended. Oh, I forgot to put some on my forehead and chin, but put, you know, some on your forehead a little bit if you want. I usually don't, and on my chin I just put a little bit. Those are the placements. I'm gonna just take this big one, and I just, you know, the chin I really don't care about, like, looking. Who cares about chins? Not me. But yeah, so okay. All right. Okay. Oops. Why is it that color, girly pop? Oof. Okay, so now that, like, you know, all your stuff is, you know, settled in or whatever, you could take some more bronzer and just do this. You know, just do this a little bit. Give that a little more action. And all right, so now it's time to bake. So with baking, it's really kind of easy. I'm gonna show y'all, but I'm gonna get my baking powder. Usually I used to use like this brownish one, but I just got this new one, and low-key it helps me and it works for me. So I'm gonna show y'all how I bake, but let me go get it right quick. So okay, so I use this baking powder. I know it's a little bit light. It says banana. It's Lux Pro powder, banana, in the shade banana, and there's really nothing else to it. I mean, yeah. So I use some of this, so yeah. Okay, so I use the same beauty blender for everything. Make sure y'all wash your beauty blender, because that's really a key. And also, if you keep using a cakey beauty blender and you don't wash it and stuff like that, you could end up with cakey makeup. So maybe not do that. All right, so cool. So when I take it and I just apply it where I put the concealer, where you put like the parts you sweat, you know, all that stuff. So put it mostly where you sweat and stuff. Or, and also like baking just goes like this too. Just also like, just FYI. So you pat it in. You don't really like, you could just like, when you're baking, you just put it on your face basically. If that didn't make sense. Yes, this is baking. This is baking, girl. And you want to outline your nose, which is like just the outside part. You just want to, you know, where you put your contour, just want to outline that part. Okay, this is how it looks when it's like, you know, outlined, not finished. Then you want to take some and you just want to put it on basically where you put your concealer, like, honestly, or where you sweat a lot. I do sweat right there, so I put it right there, put it in the middle of my head, and then you want to put it right here. Just want to put it right there. This is the placement. Yeah. And on your Jenny Jen. Okay, so this is the placement, yeah. So you want to just basically put it where you put your makeup, you know, or like, you don't have to put it where you put your makeup, all of your makeup, but like, put it where you put your makeup, you feel me? Okay. So while we're doing this, while this is all baking on your face, while this is all baking your face, you want to do your nose. So we're gonna do the nose. The nose, literally, it's so easy. Since you outlined this part of your nose, you just have to add highlight in the points that we put concealer in. So this is how you're gonna do it. Low key, you can use the beauty blender if you want to use the beauty blender for everything. This, you can use that tip part, or you could just use this brush that we just used. Some of it on your brush. This is the brush I'm using, so I'm just gonna use this tip, and I'm just gonna put it where I want, or where I put my blush. So I mean, not blush, but ooh, do add a blush if you wear blush. I don't have blush right now, and I'm not really a blush wearer like that. I'm not really a blush wearer, surprisingly, but my sister is, and her blush is looking good. Okay, all right, so now that that's all handled, look, this is how you look when you bake. My placement, so this is the placement. That's the placement, guys. That's definitely the placement. Ooh, wait, oof. Okay, so now that this is set on your face, now you want to blend it out. So you take a fluffy brush, like a big fluffy brush, little fluffy brush. This brush will work. This brush will work. This brush will, these two brushes will work. So yeah, you're gonna wipe it all away. Wipe it away. So you just wanna wipe it all away. Sometimes it's hard to wipe away, but you'll get used to it. You'll get it. You're gonna wipe it away from your mustache. Wipe it off your cheekies, your jawline plus cheekies. Wipe it off your nose and your inner eyes. Sorry, I make weird faces when I wipe. Okay, so now your stuff is looking like this. Once that's happening, wait. Okay, now that your stuff is wiped off, and make sure it's really wiped off too. Make sure everything's wiped off. So now that your stuff is wiped off, it looks like so. Like, it looks like you just wiped it off. So you can really go back in with your brush, and you can go back with your contour brush, and you can go back and just re-contour your face. If you do have a darker I mean a lighter, like a really light one, like a really light okay, I had a brain fart. If you have a really light setting powder, so if you have a really light setting powder, I don't really think this makeup serves for you, but if you are also really light and you have a really light setting powder, I mean, low-key that could work. Like, low-key that can work. Like, high-key that can work. But I don't know why my camera keeps doing this, like, ugh. But anyways, so after this, is the fun part, guys. Like, what? So after this is highlighter. I'm still learning my ways around highlighter, but after this is highlighter. So after this is highlighter. So let me go get my highlighter. Okay, highlighter has been gotten. Now that I have my highlighter, okay, now that I have my highlighter, I know I have one earring on, please. So this is the lip liner. This is how I line my lips. Okay. Okay, so after you line your lips like a pro, then you want to line them again, but like just a little harsher, because you want to get those, like, you don't want your lips to be too harsh, but like not invisible, girl, especially if you overline. Okay, then now that your lip liner is complete, you want to, okay, now that your lip liner is complete, you want to get lip gloss. Usually I would put something right there, but I don't really want to, so I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, just get lip gloss. At this moment I'm using clear lip gloss. I love clear lip gloss, so yeah, let's get that. Okay, so the lip gloss I'm using is this one. This is the lip gloss. This is the lip gloss. You guys know this lip gloss. So I don't put it on a particular way. A lot of people probably do, but I don't. I just start in the middle. Oh wait, I guess that is a particular way, but I just start in the middle and I just work my way out. I really don't try to get nothing on the thing. But again, when you're doing your lips or you're wearing lip gloss, that's bound to happen. So yeah, and you just mama. Okay, so okay, before you put it back in though, you're gonna clean it. So I'm gonna clean it. I cleaned it. So now what you're gonna do is put it back in there. And then yeah, you're literally done with your makeup. You're literally done. But for me, I'm kind of extra and I like to make my eyebrows really extra, because I'm an extra person, okay? And it's okay to be extra. Like, don't let nobody tell you, oh my god, she does too much. She does too much makeup. She wears too much makeup. Because at the end of the day, whose face is it? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just making sure, you know. But yeah, so this is how your makeup should look after. This is the finished product of my makeup. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully you just subscribe. Hopefully I made you subscribe. And yeah, this is the makeup. So hopefully you like, and yes, I put the highlight. This is like a close-up too. I like the makeup. Don't mind my lashes, but this is the close-up of the makeup. And yes, so hopefully you like my makeup. And hopefully you do it. And if you do, let me see. Like, let me see how you did it. Like, show me. Okay, bye.